He left California, Hollywood, but he's gotten more tryouts in New York.
Okay,
yeah.
So let's go live to a new show. We are going to...
This is the beginning of the second segment.
This
right?
this is another, pretend it's another day. That's why we switched our place.
No, that's fine. You can't put them all together.
Okay, so let's go. I did my hair on the different side, different color.
That should bring us till about 3 o'clock.
We're live in 3, 2, and 1. Happy beautiful day to you from Belize. And you know, it is another show, Belize Talk Radio, here in the Central American country of Belize. And what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about Belize, aren't we? As we always do. So, you know, I just absolutely adore to have this guest on our show because he is entertaining. He has a lot of history of Belize. He's very knowledgeable and charming too, aren't you? This is Corry McDermott.
Well, thank
welcome.
You, darling. Oh, you're sure a nice lady. Oh, you're a darling thing. I knew you were from the first time I met you. Should be, go ahead.
And it's because you knew I had Irish blood in it that I would just be a brilliant lass to be your friend, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
We've had lots of fun. And I know that that's like a criteria in your life is to have fun, isn't it, Corry?
Absolutely. If you can't have fun, forget it. Money don't mean anything if you can't enjoy it and enjoy giving back to people.
And you do that. You do that, Corry.
We have, Janet and I have helped with the roads for San Mateo. We helped create a Mama Vilma's house. We help with the polyclinic on Ambergris Caye. I've helped build the roads south and the electricity and sewer. Whatever you do in life, it's so important that give of yourself. You see, too many people in the United States, especially 47 million of them, Obama food stamp problems, they want to give, take. I was in Houston, this is just an offshoot, but my wife and I, out of 100 people waiting to get their food stamp money in Houston, my wife had to go because her previous husband died. Social Security told us to come. Out of 100 people, there were only 5 of us that were white. All the rest were different types of nationalities, not white-blooded Americans. Even mamas with their kids in their strollers. Anyway, and so they were all waiting for a handout. Well, we found out because Janet got married from the time she divorced her husband at age 51, that she had to wait to 60. Well, she's a horny Norwegian, like I'm a horny Irishman. And so we got married a few years later. So the American government says to us, because you didn't wait, you should have tied a knot around it. Because you didn't wait, you don't get shit. That's a beep beep.
That's a bleep bleep.
All these other people get $15 to $2,000 a month, not doing a thing, not giving back any of it for sure. Because whatever, if you give to those type of people, they ain't going to give you back. So, this is the thing about life. Once you give, you then are like a godlike creature, believe it or not. And I'm not preaching because I was in the seminary years ago, but I feel this way about life. Once you give, you get a tremendous welling in your heart that says, this is better than money. And we all need money, but come to this island of Ambergris, and that's what the people have in their hearts. They have a beautiful giving relationship so that when you come here, they don't have their hands out like you do in Cancun or so many other Caribbean societies or islands. They want to help you. And Janet and I, when we first came to Belize, had this where we didn't know a lot of things, and the locals would help us and do things for us without any remuneration. They didn't have to hand out, well, how much do I owe you? Nothing. We just love you coming here.
How wonderful is that?
This is what you're going to find out. Our piece of land, kind of like the Cayo district up in San Ignacio, isn't a big mass area like Placencia or Cancun or other places. and with Ambergris Caye. We're only 28 miles long, and most of it's less than a half a mile wide. So that we cannot become commercial like Placencia or Cancun. And what I tell people is, even though I like your money, forget it. If you don't like the ambience that we portray on this island, even though it's sometimes a little more primitive than you might think, because they don't have all the fancy things that you have in the United States or Canada or other parts of the world, then don't come here. Go to Cancun. Spend all your money up there.
There is somewhere else.
Go to Placencia.
There is somewhere else.
With the 7, 8-story buildings and all their stuff.
What's this?
Where the druggies fly their planes on these new fancy highways and all that shit. Give me that stuff down there.
We're bleeping again. Yep,
Bleep,
it's going to be the bleep
anyway,
bleep show. Let's
getting,
just say bleep
ahead
bleep.
of ourselves.
So,
what I'd like to talk to you about is the beginnings of my brother, our family in Belize.
Yes.
My brother came here in '71. He was
Corry
a broke
McDermott.
oil man from Houston. And his partner at the time, Al Dugan, said, we want to lease some oil grounds. So Jerry came down, worked with the ministers, and went out to this little island of 600 people and rented a little room and then walked around the island, and there was a little, like a hotel called, that one of the Blake's relatives owned. It was 4 rooms, a couple of bathrooms. And he could buy it for $50,000, but he didn't have any money. He was a broke oil man out of Houston. So he got the lease, went back to Houston. Dugan gave him $2,500 plus a 2% override on any oil they found, which they haven't so far. At least those people did. Little Irish lady did a couple of years ago.
Yes,
That's
she
where we
did.
have oil today. And I had breakfast with her in Emery King. Anyway, Jerry comes back with the $2,500, gives it to the Blake gal named Cooper, Jim Blake's sister, and keeps working it, and has these little cabanas, little huts, gets people from all over the world, and they come to, and they say, my God, this is heaven, this is paradise. So a couple of nuns from St. John's University and here in Belize City were out there. And the 2 nuns were staying at Jerry's little cabanas. And they said, this is paradise. Why don't you call it the Paradise Hotel? And believe it or not, that's why my brother called it the Paradise Hotel. And even though he's gone, I created the Paradise Theater, a 500 seating theater where we have movies, we have concerts, we have shows where people that come with their children don't have to just frequent the bars.
And so
they can go to a, go ahead, darling.
Well, I was going to say, you understand theater and you understand all that, and even your son is in theater, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's like way amazing in theater, right?
Well, he's come here and he's devoted all his monies. We gave $11,000 to help build the road in San Mateo. And then we gave another $12,000 a year later, which was a year ago, to Mama Vilma's house to help children that have been in any way the father's missing or certain things have happened to them, to give them a new start in life.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so we just said, hey, why not?
So your son is a giver like you are.
Oh God, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's done Fergie, he's done benefits for George Price, for Bill Clinton, for, he hasn't done Obama yet. God bless him, I hope he doesn't. But he's done the other ones, the old man Bush and the young ones, whatever. He even learned Japanese. Now listen to this.
He learned Japanese.
The Japanese, he did a conference in Virginia, and they were having a big Japanese conference because they built these auto industries down there. And so would you please sing us?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
We got to take a break.
Right.
I want to hear about this Japanese thing. You got me all into this now. Hold on just a second. You're listening to Belize Talk Radio on the Overseas Radio Network.